sky. Radio contact has been attempted but cannot be established. Instructions are to prepare for an attack by an unknown enemy.
As far as the eye can see, a plague on the surface, a disgusting swarm in the skies. With a crash of thunder, a new demon appears. Unfurling its rotten wings, it lets out a petrifying scream.
Hello everybody and welcome back once again to the Mania 4Key World Cup 2021, and we're having an amazing match of the winners bracket today. This is the only match of the block, so you better be excited for it. It's going to be a close one. United States versus the Philippines. I myself, Juan Crystal, will be commentating this alongside the one and only Halogen. How are you doing?
I am stoked. This is going to be a fantastic match. Seed number 1 versus seed number 8 in the winners quarterfinals, and they both had a pretty tricky road to get here. Philippines making it by the skin of their teeth in a 6-5 death match against Canada, and United States getting a little bit of a run for their money against France 6-3 in the previous stage. So both of these teams having a little bit of a hard fight to get here, and now they get to contend with each other. And this is going to be a good one because both teams are very well composed, very well rounded, and this is going to be a really good battle of composure.
Absolutely. I was honestly kind of shocked to see France competing so well against the US. I was expecting them to dominate for the most part, but we have seen some details from the United States, some weaknesses perhaps in the earlier stages of the game that I think Philippines could very well abuse, because they come mostly from the long note department, if I'm not mistaken. So the Philippines, being a well-rounded team, very capable on the long note department as well, they might be able to take some points of the United States at the start, and once you get some momentum going, you know, everything can happen. The United States looking very solid, first seed, of course, the candidates to win it all, but we have seen surprises. Not upsets yet on the tournament, but very close matches.
Yeah, this tournament just throughout so many matches have just been really, really high energy, very close, and I have no doubt we're going to see that. We're getting through our roles and bans here, and the United States making their first ban, banning out one of the hybrids, which is Endless.
And of course, we're seeing SBs being knocked out of the table here. Massacre being the one. No surprises over there. Trying to tackle against their weakness and also the strength of the United States. I'll argue SBs has always been a historically good thing for the United States. Although I'll argue this particular matchup might just be decided by Rice. I think US is just going to go for the Rice picks every single time, and the Philippines will try to score on other things like Sronier and LFO, maybe Somewhere I Belong as well. Eventually, we might transition into those uncomfortable Rice picks like Korjaks, or maybe those hybrids that are more into the right side. But apparently, we're just going straight into the right side of the hybrids with Alone Intelligence instead, which I'm completely fine with.
Alone Intelligence coming out of the gates. This is just straight out a hard push right out of the gates. And Alone Intelligence is really difficult. There are some pretty complicated long note and Rice balances right in the dead center of the shot, around 1600 combo or so, that we have seen players break time and time and time again. Very few players have made it through unscathed, and I have a very, very strong feeling that it's going to happen here to at least one of these teams.
Absolutely. As much as we always argue the winners bracket usually have the better teams and they are all super solid, super all-rounder, with maps like this, no matter how good you are, you're always going to struggle with this. This is such a hard map to combo. As much as of consistency god that you might be, you can still find misses. This is that type of map. And I think we might see the United States having the upper hand on this though, but you never know. It's the Philippines pick, so they have probably the confidence to go for something like this early on, and they should probably perform really well as well. So, do you think we might see an accuracy battle here? Do you really think this would be a six-way FC? Like we're saying, this is a hard map to combo.
No. So here's the thing. Do I think it'll be a six-way FC? No, I don't. Can it be? Absolutely. Both of these teams have a strong enough Rice and LN foundation across their team that I have no doubt in my mind that every one of these players could do it. But this is where tournament composure means everything, because this is an extremely important match. Winning this match guarantees you to see the finals map pool because it puts you in the top 6. So there's a lot on the line here, and the stakes just continue to increase as we go through the winners bracket.
Definitely. The winner of this as well will be facing the winner of the other match in the quarterfinals on this side, which, if I recall correctly, will be Malaysia and Vietnam. So,
oh my god, it's just it's getting crazy. If I'm not mistaken, the winners bracket is composed of seeds 1 through 8, correct?
That is correct. That is also because we have not seen a single upset in the entire tournament other than Taiwan against Australia on the round of 16 losers bracket, and that was a C24 versus C25.
That's
so,
about as close as you get.
Yeah. So far, seeds have been very accurate to describe the winners. In general, matches have been extremely close, even with seeds that have been very far apart to each other. Winners bracket last weekend, we had so many tiebreakers. It was unbelievable. I don't think we have ever seen that many tiebreakers on a winner bracket.
I don't think so either. And I love the dynamic that's just taking over in the World Cups here, because we have these really deep rosters. I've mentioned this before, and these teams are all so good now. Even teams with really far seed disparities can still put up a great fight.
Yeah, you just look at Canada, for example. That's in number 9, and they can easily take down any of the top 8 in the early stages. Like, easily. They took the Philippines to tiebreaker, and they could easily done that same thing to other teams. In fact, I will argue they would have beaten some other top seeds. So
I can agree with that for sure. We're getting off. Song number 1, Alone Intelligence. Take a quick look at Stupid Man there, actually running Mirror. Not sure if it's a comfort thing or if there's some sort of poorly developed muscle memory that could be an impedance here. We're going to have to see as the chart starts to get a little bit more difficult.
this is such a hard map to accuracy, and sometimes you focus so much on it that you just end up missing. And I think at this point, if I were playing this, especially because it's the first map, and especially if I was the United States, this is not my pick, I would just focus on the combo. We can drop a couple 200s every now and then on those odd releases with notes in the middle. Like, you don't have to release at the same time you're hitting another note. I would just focus on the combo there and try to live with it. Hope that Philippines struggles a little bit with their combos themselves, and have a good run, really. Not trying to sharpshoot it all. We'll see if they go for it. So far, Philippines on the lead, but not by much. Again, very close score so far. Only Stupid Man a little bit behind, and now Great Warrior as well when it comes to accuracy.
Well, Swarmzy finding an early break, and again, this is kind of a little bit more on the trivial side of things. Certainly a lot of time for the Philippines to recover, even with that Swarmzy drop. Bonnie trading that miss, so for the most part, generally equalized.
That was a very weird miss, though. It was like a 50 on a long run, and everything else he was able to hold his accuracy all together. So on the long run, that's going to benefit the United States here. And though Swansea is going to hit the combo gap earlier, and that might make the score gap be a little bit closer. But now with the miss from Silo Esca Else, that's going to be a big difference in favor of the United States now. Swansea trading again. That's huge. Swansea not having a comfortable time here with this map. Those mini jacks off.
Yeah, and the United States is going to extend that lead just a little bit, and this is a really good padding for them to have as they're coming to this next section here, as this section has been very notorious for causing players to break combo, and here come these jacks and LN balances, and just keep an eye on all these combos. Their Grip Warrior finding that drop, only one full combo remaining. Mystery L breaking, and the last FC is going to be gone from the Philippines. Stupid Man just continuing on.
Mirror seems to be paying off after all. This 3-no jacks not being a problem from him at all, and in general the United States being able to combo through it easily. And the Mystery, who was holding the better score on the Philippines side, now completely obliterated by those jacks on the right hand. And that might actually be the reason of Stupidman's Mirror choice here. There's another trade over there, but it's not going to matter all too much. This lead from the US is huge. They're going to be taking this point.
Yeah, as of this point, the map's basically winding down, and the United States have at least 30,000 points into it. There's not going to be much to really take this point away from them. And this match is going to open up with a break point, it looks like, unless something absolutely disastrous happens.
There's no way, man. At this point, there's only a couple thousand points remaining to hit the end of it. And even though the miss from Grip Warrior is going to make this look a little bit closer, the US is just going to take this comfortably after all in the end with this full combo by Stupid Man. 991,000 points for Stupid Man. Insanely good score there, 3 200s. Overall, the US accuracy is mind-blowing. So is the Philippines, really. Don't get wrong.
This is all across the board. Really competitive scores. The Philippines run into any other team, I think, that we've played so far on this pick, and they're pretty damn close to winning if the misses are gone. These accuracies are superb across the board.
Not only just the perfect accuracy, they had so little amount of 200s. Their ratios were all very similar and very insane too. I don't think we saw a single player, maybe just one above the 400, 300s counts. And that's huge in a map like this, full of mini jacks, full of tricky releases. That's not an easy map to ratio at all.
No, arguably one of the most difficult to execute maps in the pool in my eyes. There's just so much, and it doesn't matter if you're really strong at long notes or really strong at just non-long note oriented patterns. Somewhere that map is going to give you problems.
Apparently, Stupid Man claiming on the chat that has been his first MVP in 3 years of Major World Cup, which is ridiculous. A man of his caliber.
And the Rice boys coming out. Here we go. Getting the tech pick. Yeah, we're getting the tech pick in here. Neptune Fung also hitting Thunder Grip Warrior, still staying in. Toph coming in, and Il Richie coming in. This is the A team on Rice Squad, or at least part of the A team. There's 4 players could easily fit as a part of that A team here, but we're coming into the A team on tech as the accuracy becomes a little bit more paramount here with the 8.5 OD.
Oh, the 8.5 on this is just so rude.
It makes all the difference. The snaps are not that complicated in a good majority of this map, but that extra 0.5 on the OD forces so much more attention to detail. And there's some polyrhythmic structures in here that force you to really like dial in or just get destroyed in terms of accuracy.
It requires so much composure really to hit these patterns. As you said, they aren't all that tricky overall. Like, yeah, there are some points that are just insanely hard to hit and execute, but with the OD 8.5 and you're aiming for that accuracy, you're tightening your ratio, and that can cause so many problems on patterns like this, which are just so fast in general, so hard to control, that the OD just makes it so much harder. Like, in general, let's say a jump stream map, right? And a jump stream map with OD9 of course gets harder, but because you can tunnel vision through it so much easily, it doesn't get that worse. But on maps like this, even a 0.5 difference of OD makes such a big deal.
Yeah, and then the snaps in this, they might be simple to play through, but, you know, again, they mix up quite a bit, especially as we get to the end of the map. The patterns get a lot more slippery, very tough to play through, and accuracy is going to matter. This is a really strong matchup between these two teams. Seeing Swarmzy staying in, Silhoeska, Elze staying, and then we have Jay coming in, and, ooh, man, this could go either way. This is just going to be, once again, a measure of composure. We've seen how good these players are on both sides.
Wait, Sirelia went to buy milk? And therefore cannot play this map?
Oh boy.
That's an interesting reason not to be able to play a map in a setting like this when the stakes are so high.
You know, sometimes the adults, the parents don't understand, man.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
That's one of the benefits to being old. What's up?
Yo, let's go. We're moving. Oh god. Now watch Silhoeska also just full combo this and get the best score in the lobby.
Hey, don't tempt her. She's definitely good enough to do it. Ooh, eyes on Il Richie, also running mirror. Yeah, thank you. Grip Warrior, turn the auto off, please. That was a little bit long for 100% there. Swarmzy also opening with some pretty phenomenal ag out of the gate. These bursts are just more of what we're going to see throughout the map. They just get a little bit more layered. And Philippines is going to come into this section with an ever so tiny lead, but whether or not they can hold it remains
What is
to
that
be seen.
accuracy from Swarmzy though? Hello? Okay, he's starting to struggle a little bit, but still, that is insane.
And we were talking about Silhoeska Elze there, 99.87, beating out 2 of the US players as we see it flickering in and out of 97 and 98. And the Philippines on the United States pick have the tiniest of leads, but it is flashing back and forth as we hit this next section.
This difference is mostly coming from Jay here, who's holding the lowest accuracy in the lobby, but Swarmzy and Silhoeska holding their own together as much as they possibly can. Even though the US is pulling ahead, it just takes a little bit of a rush, and it just goes and flips towards the other team in an instant, in just a blink of an eye. And a miss, don't even get me started. The miss happens here, it's just over. Half of the map still remains, but I have to see. The ending is the trickiest of the patterns in this entire set, so we'll see if they can hold all together there.
With how close this map is now, we can look for less than a miss to even be fatal at this point. Even a rush of 200s on account of a misread pattern could be enough to flip it over. United States coming in the last quarter of this with a tiny lead, but we get this harder section here. And misses are much more likely as we start introducing mini jacks in and out of these bursts.
Oh, those bursts are so tricky, but there are no issues for any of the players here. They're all holding their accuracies together. There are no drops. Jay's the only one who's struggling a little bit, but everyone else just holding tight. Swarmzy with a little bit of a difficulty as well, but at this point, if they all full combo this... Oh no! They're not doing it though! Swarmzy finally missing. But he was looking so close.
That is going to be such a shame to see the results there. I'm pretty sure that was an extremely clean drop, and Swarmzy might have just busted a V1SS with that mister. The United States are going to save their pick and win by around 10,000 points. Flawless play by all of these players there. 2.98 as a team, and that is a three-way
V1SS? What?
Oh my gosh, the United States bringing out the big guns early, saying, have some of this.
What? What is the accuracy from Swampsy as well, by the way? That ratio is insane. But still, the United States is just busted. What is this?
211,
What is this
233,
consistency?
236, V1SS across the board. And that is the kind of consistency you need as a unit to guarantee those points. To get that kind of team score at this level
What?
of pool, that is phenomenal.
Wow, I just spooked. I just got spooked. That was crazy. Like I always talk about, you have these monstrous players like Viuca on Chile and Lotus on Brazil, and everywhere really you have all teams really always have like a player that you look out for, and they are like the danger man of the team, and they can get insane scores, probably even more insane than what we saw here. But when you have a team like the US, who just has 3 players in every single map that they can get really close to that, you don't even need those carries at all. With a 3-way SS on a map like that, you cannot lose that. I don't think we'll see any team getting any score higher than that. Not even close.
Yeah, that was a hell of a play there. And the Philippines, not to be under, just disregarded, that play was also great by both of them. Every player, again, having that single-digit 200 count, and Swarmzy, of course, with 146 300s, just spiking a very slight drop down. We're seeing Zronier come out by the Philippines. They're looking to push out these really complex rice hybrids there. And this is one that could be very interesting for a number of reasons here. Obviously, this being as mixed of a pick as it is, but something else that's worth noting is this was a qualifier for a very recent, extremely high-level tournament. So there's some information on these players about how well they can do.
Right. I didn't think about that. But you don't really have information about Toph and Stupid Man as they were map selectors for that tournament, but still.
Yeah, the information we do have is Silhoeska Elze and the Mystery L, who both participated in Soft 5, so their qualifier scores are out there. And the one concern that you have about something like this is any player who has participated in this tournament, they might have bad habits. Zronier is extremely easy to get mind blocks on. There's just so many places where things can go wrong. And I'd say this from pure experience.
Yeah, you played it too, right?
Yeah, I played Zronier. I didn't get a desirable run on my first attempt, but it was an FC. The second run just completely fell to the wayside. I got completely trashed.
It happens all the time, man. Like Stages 4 and Soft, they look, most of the time they look like, okay, I can probably handle this, but then you get into the runs and you just suck. You cannot play them. It just happens all the time. I don't get it.
So right before qualifiers in Soft 5, I played this. I played Zronier right before my lobby. I got 993 with 1-200. Yeah, that didn't happen at quals, of course.
Yeah, of course it's not gonna happen. But I remember saying, what was it that you made on Soft 1? What was it? That was Summer Beast Battle, I think?
Yep.
God, when I had to play the Mania World Cup, I was never hitting a good score on it.
Song number 2 here. Philippines looking to get on the board with Zronier. And again, both teams very capable. This is just going to be a matter of how they're feeling in the moment.
I'm liking the chances of
opening
Philippines
pattern
here, though. We'll see.
Toph taking a little bit of damage on that opening pattern in terms of accuracy. I don't know if there were any 200s there, but the AC was a little bit lower than everybody else. But here we go to these more rice-oriented patterns here. Keep an eye on some of these long notes. They can get slightly intrusive once in a while. And that score is just flickering back and forth. No hesitation there. No deciders yet.
You can draw a parallel line between every single player and they are all tied. That's insane. Stupid Man is the only one who's a little bit behind compared to Silhoeska Else, but everyone else, Swarmzy a little bit behind with Grip Warrior and Mystery L just tied with Toph. This is as close as it can get. There might be even like half of a tenth of a percentage of difference between these two teams, so the scores are just gonna flicker throughout this entire thing unless someone misses.
Both teams hitting that LN and Trill inside. All players doing a really good job here. Lowest score in the lobby. Stupid Man's 99.67, which in its own right is a very good score.
And it's still flickering back and forth. It's not stopping. And now into the break, we can tell that the Philippines is a little bit ahead, but ever so slightly. Probably even less than the...
That is one of the worst places in this map to pick up mine blocks, and it happens twice, so keep an eye on that again.
Oh, that was so unfortunate right before he gets into the complex section, and he's hitting it all together. But Silueska trades and Superman as well, dropping.
That
Oh,
trade's
God.
going to benefit the Philippines there as the drop was just before Grip Warrior hit the combo cap. Philippines are going to take this a little bit further away while we wait for that reset.
But it's happening again. Grip Warrior has to be very careful. A miss can still happen from the Philippines, and this can easily turn towards the side of the United States very quickly. There are still a lot of moves remaining, and this is a very easy section to just column lock. But it's not happening. Seems like the Philippines is some control of this at the end. And the United States, it's trying their best, but it's not going to be enough. Philippines will take their first point on this hybrid choice after all. It seems like with Swarmzy leading the charge once more. They are taking
points. Mystery L and Swarmzy 1 and 2 200s respectively. Toph finding a 50 and a 100, 5 200s, 4 200s, and 5 200s on the US team. Look at those ratios by Toph and Grip.
Toph ratio is insane. So is Grip. I didn't see Grip's ratio, actually. You just noticed. Oh my god.
Again, all of these players, look at 5, 4, 5, 5, 1, and 2. Every single player on these teams can execute these maps. It's all a matter of being able to execute when it counts. And the Philippines taking that point, very, very tense, but they needed to get on the board and they did so.
I have to give credit to the Philippines. I knew they were really good. I wasn't expecting such a great ratio and such a great performance overall. Like, I was thinking the Philippines had a chance due to the lack of consistency the United States showed on previous stages. But right now, Philippines just outplayed the US on that map, I think, completely. Like, 200 count, they were better. Misses, they were better. The ratio was very tied, but I still think the Philippines just outright decided that. There were no chokes that made it think otherwise. It was just the Philippines all the time.
We're seeing the United States going with Thinking of You. This is the speed jump stream map of the pick there. Running constant 250 BPM. Again, accuracy a little bit important as we see yet another OD 8.5 pick. And we're seeing that team again, Grip, Richie, and Toph. I don't know if we're going to see any switches on the Philippines here. If anyone's going to be getting moved, it's probably going to be Silueska Elze, but I don't know if Sorelia is available again.
He would be very well needed, I think. Although Silueska got the best score of the team on the previous run, on the previous Rice pick. So there's that. Swarmzy had the better ratio, he just had a miss, but Silueska got the FC anyway. And for this map in particular, even though I like this pick from the US, I think I like better Cheat Wheel instead of this. I think this is in a point that we could see Toph potentially missing. I might be wrong, but I think this is like on the edge from Toph capabilities, such as tunnel visioning and destroying without any sort of difficulty. We'll have to see.
Waiting for the things to get started. Okay, good. We have it going here. So I happen to know Toph's score on this, and it is pretty freaking good.
Okay.
It's better than mine. We'll put it that way. I would expect most people would expect me to be pretty good on a map like this, but Toph's is better than mine. So it's just a matter of whether or not he can piece it together. This squad is going to be insane.
I hope he's consistent on it because I really want to see him doing really well on this. If he has that good of a score, he's struggling a little bit on this intro, but it's not really that matters all that much.
Definitely want to keep an eye on Swarmzy as well, as once this gets moving, Swarmzy is so physically capable that this jump stream could just be act bait.
Yep, completely.
Off to the next section here, United States with a very small lead, but the jump streams are going to kick off at a slightly different jump interval, and we're going to see if the accuracies stay held together after we get through this little basic 1/4 jump stream. All right, and here we go. A little bit of a density change.
This is so close. Philippines is actually on the lead.
Yeah, on account of Swarmzy having a 99.96. And again, this is what I was talking about there. This is so physically trivial for Swarmzy that he can focus so hard on getting accuracy here. And that's going to be to the Philippines' benefit.
Oh boy. It's literally just Swarmzy here because Mr. Lee and Silueska, I tie in Richie and Grip Warrior a little bit behind though. But the difference that Swarmzy is making over Toph, it's making this flicker so heavily. At this point, I think their accuracies are like tied completely. But
I think
Grip
this
is
is
starting
like
to pull ahead.
0.905 to like 0.91 something average between the teams here. And this is just neck and neck.
This is so insanely close. Of course, Miz is going to decide this, but we're talking regular 300s of difference here. Like if you rush one of the streams, you don't even need to hit a 200 here. It will still make enough of a difference for the other team to take over. And right now, it's the United States who's holding that difference because the Mystery L and Siluesca's stamina is starting to drain. You can see this hit concentration getting a little bit spread for both of them. Swampsy's still destroying the Chow, but himself alone won't be able to carry this. The difference is not small enough for that to be the difference maker.
To get to the end of this stream here, the United States team looking to win the battle of attrition. They just got one more stream to go, and they carry a very small lead, but that is not going to be huge. Even a rush of 200s could end it here. The United States needs to hold strong just for this last little stream blip, and they will take this point. Keep in mind, this is their pick, so they need to hold this.
I think they should be fine at this point. There isn't much left. Those are the easier streams of the map, and into this ending here, I don't think we're going to see a miss. There's no way we see a miss here, so this will be the United States taking the point. And what are those scores again? Almost only 10,000 off the 3 million. Wow. And the same for the Philippines. What is that score, Swampsy?
Swampsy with an 88,300 V1SS, close to 30-to-1 ratio there. Siluesca Elze with a single 200. Same with Mystery L and a 3-way double S once more by the United States.
That's insane. That's 2 Rise maps in a row. They score a 3-way B1SS. That's just not fair, man. Let the other teams compete.
996, 997. But let's not forget Swampsy with a 998, and that is absolute insanity, bringing out the accuracy as much as possible.
998, 994, and 994 were the scores of the Philippines. Any other team will not be able to match that.
And for anybody who's watching this still in the tournament, Philippines is seed number 8. And if this match continues to go the route that it does, you're going to see Philippines in the loser's bracket, and they are going to be bloodthirsty sharks with the way they are playing right now.
Do you want to know who they will be facing if they happen to lose? Well, whoever loses this match.
Who is it?
It will be the winner between Singapore and Thailand. That's seed number 10 and seed 15. So that'll be fun. If they happen to move even farther up, then they will be facing either Malaysia or Vietnam. So,
Yeah,
well, they could also face
the point where
Chile or Indonesia.
We're getting to the point where
any match is just insane.
Any match is insane because, again, just the overall skill in the players who are participating in the Cup this year and the overall increase in difficulty in the map has just made matches so much more intense.
Whoa, Philippines going for Rice? Okay.
Going with Yozakura here, and this is not as much of a Hail Mary pick as I think it is. I know Swampsy's obviously going to be coming back in here, and Mystery, of course, staying. We're seeing Banayani come back in here. I do like this pick from the Philippines. I think it's a little bit of a curveball, but not a crazy one. I could expect this being in their roundhouse, their repertoire.
I like this because it's kind of forces United States to pitch it real after this, right? Unless they want to go for the SV route, which they could. And I think the Philippines can take this. As you said, Swampsy's just going to destroy this chart. I mean, I'm sorry if you don't, but Swampsy is just going to destroy this chart. And the Mystery L has been showing to be playing extremely solid today. And Siluesca, if he can be replaced with someone else that is more consistent, maybe Jay here.
Yep, Jay coming over.
Super solid roster for this.
Yeah, Jay coming in to take her out, and that's really important because it looks like we've got a different unit, which is going to probably prove to be more optimized here. And again, all of these players, I have to reiterate this, all of these players are more than capable of doing it. It's whether or not they can just get through without missing in this particular moment right now. We've seen Swampsy miss in this match already. Swampsy obviously very capable of doing this. Swampsy is absolutely ridiculous when it comes to anything even remotely physical. But it comes to this moment right now, and we're going to get the MP start signal. Song number 5 going to be Philippines going with the 324 BPM stream pick. And gosh, to think that 324 BPM streaming's in quarterfinals is so crazy.
I was about to say, is Swampsy the most physically capable player of the entire tournament right now? Because I feel he might be.
You could make a couple of arguments for a few others who are very close to it. I think Il Richie's actually one of those.
True.
But Swampsy's definitely way up there on a physical capability, no doubt about it.
Imagine if Boji was playing this match.
Oh my gosh, Boji on the Philippines.
That would be such a different story, I think. It was still very close. But anyways, we're going straight into Joe Sakura here, and at the moment it seems that the US is on the lead, but mostly off the back of Jay struggling a little bit on this intro ratio-wise, and Banny Gianni just pulling ahead off of it. Although Swansea and Lil Richie and Toph, in fact, are actually holding really close together, Mr. Yell as well. So this is literally just the top row who is battling against each other. Everyone else is very tied.
Keep an eye on these stream patterns. You do see a couple of little implicit mini jacks in here, which are easy to choke up on if you're not careful.
Absolutely. Those are the ones that you see every time in this kind of stream maps. They're very sudden, they're very hidden as well. You sometimes do not spot them, and it can easily lead to misses or even bad judgments in general. You might not miss them, but 100, maybe 50, those are super common.
We get into this chorus here. 3 players. Oh, sorry, Toph no longer there, but almost 3 players at 99.9. Scratch that, he's there now. And that is absurd, but we have one more stream section to go, and these stream patterns are more abrasive than the previous section. So here we go. It's going to all come down to this.
Oh, Jay, no!
Jay finding the early drop there. All United States players holding solid. Watch the patterns here.
Are we going to see a 3-way vv1132737008 again? Please don't tell me this is the case. No, US, no. Stop it. Do not do it. Mercy. Have mercy, United States. I think Toph got a 200 over there. I might be wrong.
Oh, 298.5, and that is...
No! They did it again! No! I'm done. I'm leaving this place. This is not fair.
134, 189, 178. 3 V1SSs once more for the United States team. Philippines, 1 V1SS, 114 by Swansea. That ratio is inhuman. 2 200s by both Jay and the Mystery L, but Jay finding that combo break wouldn't have made much of a difference anyway. But again, just the ability of these players to perform with such pristine accuracy in this kind of situation is phenomenal.
I mean, I want to say the US is popping off, but they might just be their normal scores. That's the worst part.
And SB is coming out from the United States here, picking Marissa stole the precious thing. I am not reading the transliteration.
Marisa wa taihen no mono wo nusunde ikimashita.
Thank you for doing it, because I wasn't going to.
Let's go. Well, I remember, when was it? Was it the Hallelujah sign?
Yeah. Nope. Once and never again.
Never again.
The thing that scares me about this match is I feel very confident in saying if the Philippines were up against just about any other team, they'd be the one ahead right now. They are playing so well, and the United States is just playing out of their minds right now with consistency.
Honestly, I think, I was saying, the US might be popping up, but I think the Philippines is the team that is popping up right now. I think they're playing way above their capabilities at the moment, and it's still not enough. Like, that score on the previous map we just saw, only 4 200s across the entire team. Like, can you imagine any other teams really hitting that consistently? Like, I don't think so. This is seed number 8 again. This isn't even like top 4 seeds. And I think the Philippines would just beat about any team that is on the top 8 other than the United States on this. Maybe Brazil and the UK will pose a fight as well, but everybody else, I think they just win it. Every single Rise map we have seen, they will have won it. Maybe not the first one, the Techie map, but everything else they will have it.
We're seeing Sorelia come back here. Glad to see that they're actually available for the match. Whatever pulled them away, they're actually around here. But we're getting into the SV pick, song number 6 out of a possible 11 here. United States trying to secure match point on this really wonky SV map.
Imagine if the Philippines just takes this. Wouldn't that be a mind blow? I don't think it would be the case, but you never know.
Yeah, anything can happen. Again, all of these players just super good at what they do. Ooh, Il Richie finding a really nasty accuracy drop on that burst, and the Philippines are going to take a slight lead.
This map is so cute, I love it.
I was very confused when I watched this map. I was like, why is my client lagging? And then, and then I understood. I was like, wait a minute.
I forgot to unlock the FPSs. What up?
Right now, we see the Philippines having a very small lead. But
Oh,
Richie finding the drop there, not having a good time on those 1/8 snap bursts. And the Philippines are going to take a big lead. Silhuesca dropping a little bit cleaner on the drop there. Richie's down to 98.4. And the United States are going to have a little bit of trouble rebounding from that, as Silhuesca Elze's act isn't as bad, but Sorelia having some issues as well.
Oh, that was a huge drop for Sorelia. They're on the lead now. Oh, but they misses again!
Richie not doing very well on this particular pick. And Philippines are going to take the lead once more.
Goal speed? Oh, that's a huge break by the Philippines!
Wow.
Just dropped completely. Oh, they had it! They're not having it anymore now.
Oh, and what looked to be a big lead for the Philippines have just swung very wildly for the United States. And from the jaws of defeat, the United States now have a 30,000 point lead with almost no song left.
Wow, I'm holding my head right now because, wow, that lead just flipped so quickly. I didn't even notice. It was in the blink of an eye. Oh, the jacks are just so insane. Those jacks are just not fair. There is a lot of breaks over there. It's not gonna matter. US will be taking this. Wow, that score from Mystery L is... Wow. It's really, really solid.
Toph and Mystery L, really impressive ratios and counts. Their Stupidman also getting a good 200 count there. 300 count also pretty good. 3 200s by both of them. Mystery L, the king MVP of this lobby, holding the crown, 992.6. And that's got to be some of the most violent score switches I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like 1 point, we're seeing the Philippines leading by 40,000 or so, and then it just goes right back to the United States. And United States managing to keep that pick intact. That was their pick, and they do not break it. So they are sitting at match point. Philippines have a huge huge wall to climb.
I do wonder what will be the best pick here for Philippines. Because LS had not been touched at all, and that shocks a lot of people. I don't think we have ever seen a match with no LM picks picked at all. This might be the first time if they go for something like super anime groove here. I don't think they should go for it, but maybe they just want to for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know about super anime groove here. If we're going to go long notes, I mean, you got to bring out that really heavy release timing if they've got the squad to do it. Somewhere I Belong seems like a good pick here.
I think LFO should be. Yeah, there it is. I was thinking Somewhere Below works, but I think overall it's harder to sharpshoot for the Philippines, and they really need to go for something they can sharpshoot, and the United States just needs to choke on it. And something like this makes the most sense, I think, in my head. This is in my opinion, the easier map to combo if you have the capabilities, the long note capabilities to play around this level. Well, actually, no, I'm wrong. The other release pick is easier to combo, but it's so much harder to accuracy.
Here's the thing about this particular pick, too. If this pick is picked out of pure comfort for the Philippines, it's also a very targeted pick because LFO has some extremely tight patterns where if you even blink at the wrong moment, you will column lock and lose about 50,000 points in the blink of an eye. And that is a very scary notion for both teams there. If a column lock happens, that song is gone, most likely, unless it gets balanced on both sides.
Wait, what is this? No, never mind. I thought the background was wrong for some reason, but that's the actual background of the song, right?
Yeah, this is...
I'm just getting confused with another... Yeah.
Yeah, Kamikaze also having a map for LFO, also a pretty fun map. I'd like to add as well. I think I like both versions of LFO for different reasons.
Yeah,
just being a very pure LN density pick, I just enjoy this a lot.
I think Mystery Eyes also has another one. I think it was called Mystery Eyes, right? It's ranked as well.
Ah,
there's a lot of versions of this map, of this song rather, not this map.
Oh my goodness.
Waiting for the referee to give the call here. We should be good to go. United States on match point right now. If they win this, they advance to the semifinals winners bracket. They secure themselves a spot on the finals. But the Philippines will not make it easy. They will fight until the end of time if they have to.
Yep.
While they still have the chance.
The very thankful thing we have is that both of these teams will stay in the tournament.
Yeah, that's true. And that's important, really. I think the US and Philippines are two teams that really have a lot going for them in later stages as well. And it would be a shame if any of these two teams get like knocked down early on. And so that is starting with a bit of a heavy start here. The miss in the early intro is something that is pretty unexpected from him, in fact.
Good to miss early here, as the miss happens 140 or so before the combo cap there, so that miss not going to be quite as impactful as a miss coming now. Philippines taking a pretty sizable lead at the moment on account of that drop, but Toph is going to bring that accuracy back. And Jay's accuracy falling to the wayside there, as even though Toph has the miss, United States has taken the lead once more.
Yep, this accuracy by Jay and Cirelli are a little bit too low compared to the United States here, and that is what's causing this difference. The miss was early enough, so it doesn't really hurt the combo cap all that much. Like, Toph is only 100 combo behind, so it's not a full reset. And that's what's keeping the United States afloat on this map in particular. But still, the remaining portion of this map is very tricky. Arguably the hardest part is coming just now, but Toph misses right on the burst before the transition.
That lead's going to shift right back over to the Philippines as Toph tries to bring that back, but the accuracy by Toph, that miss was really clean, and Toph, despite the miss, is keeping it alive, 99.8% at climbing the United States, unaffected by that miss.
Toph is holding almost the best accuracy of the entire lobby, bar Silvesca else, with 2 misses.
All right, in the last section of this map here, one more nasty burst before we transition. And Toph, even with the 2 misses, has the best accuracy next to Silvesca Els there. Top 2 and still climbing. United States with a 15,000 point lead. And that's it. 2 misses and the team score still 2.97. And you, 94?
Oh, wow. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Toph, buddy.
What
buddy,
in the absolute hell is that
Let's
score?
talk a little bit. What is that ratio? That's illegal.
What? Oh my god. 1-200 by Neptune. 2-200 by Stupid Man. Silvesca with the V1SS. Also worth noting there. Everybody getting the FC there. Jay being the lowest FC. Still a 982. That score is really, really good. My god. 94. Though. I can't even imagine.
My god. Wow. I'm speechless. I've never seen anything like that. That ratio is unbelievable. And the 3 misses, that's so unfortunate though. Like, imagine he didn't have those misses. Those were on easy sections as well. They were like on Rice transitions and in the intro.
I'm just completely dumbfounded at that score.
Yeah,
I can't even. I did not ever expect to see a double-digit act on that. That is.
Remember what we were saying, or what I was saying specifically, that a team doesn't really need like their one carry as long as the whole team can just hold their ground together. Well, I mean, Toph doesn't care. He has both.
Oh my gosh! But with that, the United States is going to win this match 6-1. I can't even believe the result is 6-1 because the Philippines played so much better than a 6-1 result would have you show. Philippines going down to the losers bracket, and everyone down there beware, because the Philippines are only going to get more dangerous as these pools get harder. But in the meantime, United States securing themselves top 6 as they await the winner of the Malaysia and Vietnam match in the winners bracket.
I cannot wait for that match. I'm really excited to see Malaysia, Vietnam, and obviously the winner of that against the United States. And in general, just look at that winners bracket. It's just so stacked. UK, Korea, Brazil, China, Malaysia, Vietnam. All 3 matches are insane. And I'm only seeing 1 match on the losers bracket. I'm really excited to see it. Indonesia against Chile. But they're others, and they're also super hype. Like, the reminder, what's left of this tournament is only hype. There's no match you can argue that is not going to be close.
Yeah, look at what we can see the match lineup here. And there is no sweeps remaining in this damn tournament. I will stake that claim now. There's no way. I can't see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here, but look at these matchups. They're all so good.
I don't know where to start. If I had to pick what would be the closest match between all of this 7, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know what's the most one-sided one either.
Yeah, all of the remaining teams here, these matchups are going to be absolutely ridiculous. There's so much good action coming, and it starts 5 hours from now with Malaysia and Vietnam. That is going to be freaking insane.
Seed number 4 versus seed number 5. That's like the first time we actually see a clash of top seeded teams that are so close to seed-wise to each other. Because US Philippines, although we saw an insanely close match, more so than the score suggests, they were 1-8. Now we're seeing 4-5. We're going to be seeing 3-6. So watch out for those matches. We don't expect Malaysia to be the team that has the upper hand against Vietnam because how well versed they are on the long notes. But Vietnam is one of those teams that is such a big wild card, such a big surprise to even see them here. A team that was always considered an unseed, a team that was never considered to be a threat as big as they are now. And they are here. They are making a run, arguably to even be like one of the best teams in the entire tournament.
I'm so excited to just see this all unfold.
So am I, but unfortunately we'll have to wait, as you said, 5 more hours from now. I have to check the bot. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be awake at 5 AM to see it, although I'll try my best. But I hope you all do. If you are around chat, if it is not a very bad time like it is for me, you'd better be there for watching, because it's gonna be very insane. And if not, check the bot, go to the Osu store, buy yourself a banner as well to support your favorite team. There's only a few remaining. We already seen eliminations in both round of 16 and quarterfinals already, so I believe we have seen about 12 teams being eliminated now. You don't have many more to pick from, and remember, if you happen to pick the winner, your banner will stay for a little bit longer into your profile. They look really good though. You should check them out.
Yeah, definitely support the banner of the teams you want to support. Helps, build the prize pool, and just good, goes to show some support for the game itself.
I cannot promise to see a score as insane as Toph, but if there's one man who can get close, it's Chiwi from Malaysia, so you better be there to watch if that's the case. But until then, I think we're good to sign off, right? Hey Jay, anything else to say?
I am good. Come back at 8 UTC for Malaysia versus Vietnam.
Thank you all for watching. Have a nice evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is, and stay tuned for 8 UTC. Bye-bye.